Hello. First off, let's set the record straight. Let me just say this right off the bat before I, ramble like I always do. And spoiler alert, I have no plan. Like, I don't know where this is gonna go, where, I'm gonna make a left turn and then go on a tangent and then talk about, like, I don't know, almonds and like banana chips. So like, I don't know, like, this is not gonna be structured. As my other two videos were that I posted on my YouTube channel, when I've either like taken a break or like, something along those lines. And they're all like around like an hour-ish each. So, sorry to say, if you were looking for something concise, yeah, it's not gonna happen. And I don't say that like I'm proud, like as like a statement of pride, like, oh yeah, dude, look how long my fucking videos are and shit. It's just, especially for this one, because the time between my last post like on Twitter and me making this video right now has been so long. I've got a lot to get off my chest, as well as just want to fill you in on like what's been happening or what's been going on in my life ever since I stopped streaming, and have started pursuing English. Still not great at it. Doing voiceover for a little bit and then stopping that, and like we'll get into that as the video goes on. But yeah, no. First and foremost, if you're watching this, you probably clicked on the link on Twitter. Thanks for still following me on Twitter. I haven't really posted much, if anything at all, since I stopped streaming. Like a couple of things here and there, but not really much at all. And a good amount of you have reached out to me through DMs. Some of you have reached out to me, like via text message, either asking me like how I'm doing, just sending me well wishes, and just checking up on me, and then just pretty much giving a shit enough to be like, oh hey, I haven't heard from Sam in a little while. I'm just gonna reach out and say hey, or just be like, oh hey, hope like everything's doing well. And a couple of you are still subscribed to me on Twitch. I haven't forgotten that. I haven't not taken note of that. Granted, it's not like I'm checking like, my subscribers like every month just to see who still subs. Like, quite frankly, I just went off the grid for a little bit and I just disconnected all from that. But I have checked in recent memory, and a couple of you are still subscribed to me. And if you'd rather not be called out in this video, I'm not trying to like, put you on the spot or anything. So just out of precaution, I won't call you up, but you know who you are. And if you're watching this, dude, thank you. That's not required. And even if you know that, regardless of your financial situation, whether like it's not like no skin off your back, if that's like what the saying is, I'm not really sure what it is. Thanks for still saying subscribe for essentially like nothing. Well, I mean, yeah, like you get, the MrSamKim cheers emote. I mean, if you're like, I'm pretty sure both of you are just subscribed at like tier 1, and like that's more than I can ask for, especially because I haven't streamed in like 2 years. So if you've gotten use out of that emote at least, hey, I'm glad at least I've been able to give you some value back, if not for, me not streaming, still fucking love those emotes, by the way. Like, super thankful that, my friend Rabbit Kun actually put those together for me. And yeah, we'll talk about streaming as the video goes on. I'm gonna try to stay as sequential as I can in terms of like, oh, here's like what started happening like after I stopped streaming. Here's what happened after that, so on and so forth. But guys, if you've ever like seen my streams or like, know me at all, like as a human being, like bitch, like, you know what I mean? Like Tangent is like my goddamn middle name. Know what I mean? I'll be talking about like streaming and then all of a sudden be like, oh, yo, dude. And then I tried this yogurt. Oh my God. And Trader Joe's, baby. They've also got these bananas. It's like, bitch, what were we even talking about? I don't even know. And I'm the one speaking. Like, that has got to mean something. And I don't think it means something great for my goddamn memory. Know what I mean? But yeah, see, look at the tangents have already begun, and I just started this goddamn video, and we're less than 5 minutes in. But yeah, let's it's not gonna be structured, and this is not gonna be a short video. So much time has passed that I have a lot to say, and yeah, I just want to fill you guys in on what's been going on pretty much. Initially, I was thinking, I was like, how about I just boot up a stream and then actually just like talk to you guys live? But out of fear or out of worry that like I'd have to be like repeating myself a lot, or I don't know, I just didn't want I wanted to reduce the amount of distractions and be able to just talk to a camera, get out my thoughts, you know what I mean, have like this one-on-one with you guys, even though like I'm talking to a camera, but you're watching the video, like you understand, have a one-on-one with you, and just let you know what's up. So I'm sorry for all the people that have DM'd me ever since I stopped streaming, even up until recently, that have messaged me and I just never responded. I hope you didn't take that personally, and if you did, I totally get it, because it's a personal message being sent to me. You're taking time out of your schedule to send me this message. You totally didn't have to, and you still don't have to, but you did. And I want to let you know now, all of you guys, like, let's start off with the people that have DM'd me. Thank you all for your messages, whether they were well wishes, whether they're checking up on me. Thanks for just reaching out, period. That means a lot to me, and I'll be honest, like when the messages started to stack up, and it's not like there were hundreds and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to use that as like an excuse, but just trying to give you an understanding of where I'm coming from, like what my mentality was. As the messages continued to pile up, and I started to second guess myself, like, oh, how do I respond to this? Like, what should I say? I was just so worried. And I look back at it now, and like in retrospect, and like it's funny. It's like, the fuck were you worried about? But I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure like what to say. Cause I didn't want to just say like thanks or appreciate it. Like I wanted to put in more thought than that. And the point is, I didn't. I never ended up responding to your guys' messages, and I'm sorry if you took that personally, if you felt ignored, if you felt hurt in any way. Like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, I've been watching Sam for years, or I've known Sam for years. Like, the least he could have done is message me. I totally, like, 100%, I agree with that. And I'm not saying that, like, I was in the right for doing what I did, or for the lack of what I did. But yeah, I just wanted to let all you guys know now, like, I'm sorry about that. It's just, I had a lot, I've had a lot going on in my mind. I still do. On where I am in life, what I want to do moving forward, like career wise, creatively wise. Just asking a lot of these like personal like questions in terms of like, where do I see myself in 5 years, in 10 years? And I haven't really put much serious thought into like, oh yeah, like what's your 10-year plan? Like, where do you want to be in 10 years? But these thoughts being more at the forefront of my daily thinking more recently than a year ago. And so to try to pull things back and try to fill you in on like, okay, like here's what started happening like after I started streaming. Of course, you guys know, because from the last video, I told you that I was pursuing voice acting. I was stopping streaming to pursue voice acting. Oh, and I'm sorry, how rude of me. This is definitely more important than me rambling. Zero, he's right over there.
Zero, say hi.
Yeah, he's not having it. I took him on like a walk in the morning, like unexpectedly, like over a mile, and he's like, bitch, I need to recharge my batteries. Alright? Tell your Twitch friends I said what's up, dude, but I need to catch some Z's. But yeah, he's right there. He's doing well. If any of you guys are wondering, I fucking love this guy. He's pretty much been like my rock during a lot of times when I was just feeling like really down or depressed or anything like that. Shitty day at work, long day at work, anything that was just, interrupted my happiness or disturbed my tranquility. Like this guy and he still makes me like realize that I have a lot to be grateful for, including, a roof under my head, fucking my parents' roof still. Yeah, I'm still living in the same apartment. Yeah, thinking about moving out. That thought is coming in my mind a lot more frequently as of late than before. But yeah, he's doing good. My parents, if I have to be honest, like they're doing okay. Like health wise, hey, yo, in a pandemic, super thankful. Everyone's Gucci, you know. So yeah, super grateful for that, including my own health. But yeah, in terms of their business, and they own a dry cleaners, that's kind of like gone down the shitter because, you know, a lot of people are just trying to save money. Totally understandable. Like we're in a pandemic. Like a lot of people are either working from home, have gotten laid off, or looking for jobs, or any number of things that they're cutting the excess and just focusing on the essentials. And if they don't have to pay for dry cleaning and they could do it at home and save some money, then it's like, dude, like you should do that. You know what I mean? So I'm not like too surprised. Like dry cleaning for the most part is a luxury. Sure, certain things like have to be dry cleaned, but for the most part, I totally get why a lot of people have just been like, yeah, no, like let's try to save some of that money and then we'll just do it at home or anything like that. So yeah, my parents' business hasn't been great, but they were at least approved for the Paycheck Protection Program, because I know a bunch of businesses weren't able to even get that. So I'm thankful for that. That they were able to get that, as well as like a couple of loans to keep us afloat during this time, because, you know, who knows like how 2021 is going to be. Like 2020 has already been a goddamn dumpster fire. So I don't know, if anything, it's put in perspective for me. I'm like, yo, how much worse can things get? Probably can always get worse, you know what I mean? But you know, there's been so many like bad things, or just like including like the fires here in California, which I haven't had to really worry about in terms of evacuating, because I don't really live in those areas that have like a bunch of, you know, bushes or anything like that. Like it hasn't really been like a serious concern for like having to evacuate or anything like that. So grateful for that. But yeah, no, it's just this year's been for a lot of people it's been really bad, and some more than others. But for me, especially now, today, when I'm making this video, October 10th, 2020, you know, less than 2 months away from the year ending, I've been feeling a lot better about myself than I was for sure a year ago. And that's, you know, like multiple factors, you know, go into that. But see, look, you know, already went on a tangent. We're like, all right, let's start at the end of 2018 and let's you know what I mean, let's start from there. Then I'm already talking about this year and shit. God damn. All right, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I've been feeling better about myself, and that's why I'm recording this video. I've held back on recording this video, or even I was like, oh, maybe I should just like, you know, post something like on Twit longer, like just like a gigantic post so that I don't have to record this video. But I knew that if I were to do that, for me personally, that would be me being afraid of either the response I would get, or just be afraid of like the potential reaction, and that was a way for me to hide. Sure, I'd be like typing and writing out like, you know, what's been going on since, you know, the end of 2018 till today, but nah, like, bitch, like I don't have like any connections with Audible, I mean, like I can't even get away for like you guys to listen to it, I mean, like just like my voice. So I was like, I can't even get an audiobook, bitch. Like, nah, like fuck it. What are you afraid of? Like, and I mean, and I say this in like the kindest way possible, but what I've been telling myself recently is like, dude, Sam, you don't owe anyone anything. You know what I mean? You've already told people that you were going to stop streaming to pursue this. So like, you've already laid it out on the table in terms of like what your interests were and what they were, you know, gearing towards or shifting to, you know, streaming to voiceover. So it's like, if you never decided to update anyone ever again, it's like, dude, like you didn't sign a contract. It's like, dude, you're not legally like responsible to like, you know, keep people in the loop. And I know like when I say that, it's like, well, no fucking duh. But because Twitch has been a part of like, fuck, dude, when did I start? Like towards like beginning 2015, technically like right at the end of 2014. Like, dude, I was streaming for like 3-ish years. The friendships and the connections I've made with you guys And some people, including in the the voiceover world, either through like classes I've taken or friends of friends that I've met, through Twitter that I met in real life initially from a class. These are all connections that I've made, and this video is something I've wanted to do for a while. Not out of any moral obligation, but because you're my friends. And by just keeping you in the dark, especially for those that you guys have reached out, I wanted to quash away any worries or any just kind of wondering, like any kind of like what ifs, like, I have no idea. Because, I mean, if I don't post anything, like, how the fuck is anyone going to know, And like, so, yeah, this is just a way to just catch up with you guys. Because I've wanted to do this for a while. And now I'm so past that point of like fear or anything. It's like that. I have like nothing to be afraid of. This is me just being like 100% honest and just letting you guys know what's up. Whoever watches this video. Whoever skips to the beginning, middle, and end, because like this video is probably gonna be like a goddamn like Lotro, like fucking director's cut extended, like, you know what I mean, special edition, steelbook edition. that makes no sense. The fuck. Like, yeah. Let's try to shift back towards, you know what I mean, trying to keep things like on topic. Yeah, I've fucking missed the hell out of you guys. For a little bit, I straight up just like I disconnected entirely, like off of Twitch. Straight up just like, and my line of thinking was like, and I'll be very honest with you guys. Towards the end of streaming, like before I decided to like stop entirely, like the question I was just thinking about was like, okay, well, if this isn't like something that I want to potentially do as a career, what is? What could be? What do I want to work towards creatively that I may have a chance to even possibly, maybe, do it as a career? And that was initially voiceover. So I was like, okay, so then I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket, voiceover. I'm going to stop streaming and just focus on this. And part of that reason why I did that was because, dude, it got to the point where streaming turned into like my second job. And when I say second job, I mean like it felt like my first job. Not in the people that I deal with, because I'm still working at that company, by the way. We're in a new office, thankfully, not in a goddamn building that was fucking first created in like the 1800s. Know what I mean? Like straight up like in a medieval castle. Like that building was fucking old, dude. Even the roaches were like, bro, like our family and this entire generation of roaches have been living here since the 1600s. You are the new tenants, okay? Like it was an old ass building. So glad to be like at least in a new office. But yeah, like the feeling was, I was like, man, it felt like a drag to me. Not because the interactions were like, no, dude, like it was never the people. It was just the act itself of streaming, of sticking to that schedule, trying to make sure like I wasn't late. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was late like all the fucking time. Like my regs, you guys know that. It's like Sam on time. Whoa, fucking whoa. But yeah, no, those thoughts were like very real to me in terms of trying to, and this is nothing against people who stick to schedules, who are very professional about their streams and everything that's around that. Like, dude, nah, like this is like just for me. It started to turn into like a second job for me where like I felt obligated to, stream on certain days, feel like I didn't want to. One, because I knew people would be there to watch. And like, I know when I say that, some guys give me like, wow, dude, what an ungrateful fucking asshole. I would love to have even just a single person watch me, let alone a regular. And if you're that one person, or if like there are multiple people thinking that, let me try to put that in perspective. I never stopped being grateful for all the blessings I've received ever since I started streaming, whether it was my first moderator, my first regular, my first community, anything like that. All those things over time when I started streaming, I was like, holy shit, people actually want to watch me. Like, enough people want to watch me that they're actually willing to take times out of their daily schedules to watch during these times, no matter what, whether they were actively talking or lurking. It's like, holy shit, like that. Like, one, that's awesome, but more importantly, that's really fucking kind of them. Like, you don't have to do that, but thank you for considering that and actually committing to doing that out of just pure support for me as a streamer, or even if just as an entertainer, you know? But yeah, like the point I'm like trying to get back to is, I lost passion in it. So straight up, that's what it was. It went from being a hobby to a passion to a potential career opportunity. And even though I didn't really put in a lot of like the side work necessary to potentially do this as a business, and that's all on me, of course, I started burning out. And so when I finally stopped streaming towards the end of 2018, I was like, okay, that was fun. Next chapter of my life, moving on. Like, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do voiceover. And, you know, now shifting gears into like, you know, the next part of the story, or like, you know, what's been happening since I stopped. I took a few classes. I took a handful of classes with Crispin Freeman, and I was super thankful and lucky that he was in LA and like not too far from where I was living. So I was like, oh dude, awesome. Like it's like not even a long drive. I don't have to go like all the way to fucking Hollywood or anything. Like I didn't have to deal with like any of that bullshit ass traffic, you know, in LA. And so I took a couple of those classes, and I took also one 6-week course over it was nearby like my old office, so nearby like, you know, LAX, LAX airport. And besides that, those were pretty much the only classes that I took. I started listening to a podcast daily about voice acting, as well as like getting tips, and just diving into the world of voiceover, because I was so like new to it and it was so alluring to me. And having had a theater background and graduating college, doing theater as well as like some short films, I was like, awesome. This is a way for me to, you know, get back into performing, which like I miss doing, you know, towards the end of my streaming career. I was like, man, like I love entertaining people. I love making people laugh. I still do. That's like just a part of who I am, you know, like I love being a goofball. If the end result is someone being able to like get a laugh out of it, whether they're having like a shitty day or they're just having like a normal day, but you know, they get a laugh out of it, like that shit like that, like hasn't, and is still like very fulfilling to me, like as a person. Like I just enjoy doing that. But yeah, it was a way for me to get back into, you know what I mean, acting, but approaching it from a medium that I've never really considered. Sure, like I've watched so many, you know, TV shows and cartoons growing up as a kid, but like they never really like connected with me, or like something that I thought about, like even when I was in college, like, oh, like I really like this voice actor. It was always just like, oh, like I enjoy that show and I like that character, not really thinking about who was the person behind that voice. And so yeah, like I was like super interested, and I started auditioning for stuff. I booked some projects, and anyone that has like booked me for any project that I've done since like, you know, stopping streaming and like up until today, thank you for giving me a chance, you know, like thank you for taking a chance on me. Thank you for giving me any opportunity that you did, even if like I didn't get cast for your project, but you just listened to my audition, because I know they get a shit ton of those. And I know mine is just like, you know, a pile in of like hundreds, if not thousands of other auditions. But yeah, no, just definitely thankful for anyone that even took a chance or even considered me, or, you know, booked me for anything, because it's not to say that like I didn't enjoy my time. Like I definitely did. But you know, what was interesting was that I reached the burnout phase with voiceover so much faster than when I did with streaming, which took like what? I mean, like I streamed like on and off for like 2/3 years, and there have been times where like, you know, I mean, I started to like, you know, like lose interest, and you know, like take a break, kind of reset, come back, try to do things differently, like approach it from like a different angle. But yeah, no, just be very blunt with you with voiceover. It got to a point where I was like, oh man, I'm just like doing these auditions just to do an audition, you know what I mean? Just going through the motions just to go through the motions, or because like I see other people hustling, so I'm like, hey Sam, if you want any chance of if you want any chance of even maybe being able to do this as a career opportunity, you need to realize that there are hundreds, thousands, potentially millions of people around the world that have already been doing this and are your competition, you know? I mean, yeah, obviously the difference between like union and non-union, sure. But yeah, no, there's just like the reality of it. So I was like, okay, well then I gotta just keep doing it. You know what I mean? And yeah, and this is all on me, you know, in terms of my process, how I approached it. Because I have friends I've met while taking a couple of these classes who are still doing voiceover today. And a few, because like I haven't met too many people like, you know, in like the voiceover world or industry or like whatever you want to call it. So that's why I say a few. Like I know a lot of people are, but the few connections that like I've made in voiceover, to see some of them like booking, like not only like booking like gigs like still to this day, but actually like getting their voices either like in animation or video games or anything like that. And these are people that like I was just taking a class with, and to just hear about what their goals were there, like what their aspirations were, and to see them fucking actively making those dreams come true today, man, it's inspiring. And you know, on my end, like I'm cheering them on, like, you know, silently of course, because I haven't really said anything. I haven't really like liked much posts or, you know, commented like, hey, that's awesome. But you know, I have been lurking on social media here and there, as well as like on different Twitch channels, just to kind of see like what my friends have been up to, where they are now. You know what I mean? Just saying like, okay, well, here's where I am now. What have my friends been up to? Where are they? You know, just out of just general curiosity, and to see a good amount of my friends either with channels that have exploded on Twitch or in voiceover where they're just booking constantly, you know, and stuff that's like and especially for stuff that's paid, it's like, dude, that is fucking awesome. You keep doing that, all right? Whatever it is that you're doing, it's fucking working, and I'm happy that more people are starting to see how talented you are. And not even just like the talent, because like I know that's just like a word that like some people are like, oh, well, like I don't have that, so I can't do that. I respect and I love that work ethic that you have and that you continue to bring into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's streaming or you're doing voiceover or any kind of creative endeavor, anything in life, not even just like creative stuff. If you're in college, if you're trying to like get an apartment, anything, like making progress in your life, you know, improving on yourself, fixing mistakes that you've made in the past, self-improvement, anything along that spectrum that I get to see in my friends, whether it's posted on social media or I just see it in real life, it always reflects back to me and always helps me look back on my life and being like, how can I apply that for me? And it's not that like it always applies to me, because they may be doing something or are in like a profession that I don't have any interest in. But what I can always take away from that is their either like their work ethic, their discipline, their just commitment. And if not that, just to see genuine joy in what they're doing. I love seeing that shit. Especially now more than ever, when I'm like fucking 31 years old and I'm like dropping habits that just weren't getting me anywhere and were just like, you know, detrimental towards either my mental health or me progressing forward as a human being, as an adult, as someone who wants to leave at least like even like the smallest mark on this world, not out of wanting to like have like my name on a fucking building or anything like that. It's like, no, like I'd rather just be able to leave or leave a positive effect on someone that they can apply towards their life moving forward, and it helps them in any way, shape, or form. Because so many people have done that for me growing up, especially during college, and I've realized how important that has been for me, that I think for myself, it's only right that I pass that on to other people. And I hope I've passed that on like in even like a little bit in like the years that I've streamed. And if I did, awesome. Hey, that's on me. Whether it was intentional or not, you're welcome. Thank you for your time. You know what I mean? Like let's have this be a two-way street. Let me give you something entertainment, and if you're able to take away not only some laughs or, you know what I mean, some screams, like when I would zoom in on my goddamn hideous ass face. If you're able to take away something and, you know, apply it to your life moving forward, hey, awesome. Don't sweat it. Don't even mention it. That's not why I do these things. That's not why I did those things. Not for any recognition, but just to put it out there in the world, you know what I mean? And if it's for my friends, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Of course, it's always worth it for my friends, because you're my friends, and that's what friends are for, and that's what I'm willing to do for my friends. You know, that's the least I can do for my friends. And yeah, man, we're like 30 minutes in, and I feel like I'm just like barely into 2019 in terms of like trying to like stick on a fucking timeline. Oh, jeez, hold on, let me get a sip of water. But yeah, so I stopped auditioning for voiceover gigs, you know, trying to reel this back. I stopped auditioning for stuff because I started catching myself. I'm like, oh man, hold on, I'm just going through the motions. I'm like, dude, like what? You know what I mean? I was like, almost like I was trying to convince myself that I was enjoying it, even though part of me wasn't enjoying it fully. Like the process as a whole, auditioning, then editing it and submitting it, and if not, getting booked for a project, recording for that, editing, submitting that. There was something clearly during that process for me that I was like, uh-oh, hold on. I'm just going through the motions. Like I'm not doing this because like I want to, just out of fun. I was like, I felt like an obligation, especially for stuff that like I booked. Like, dude, this casting director or this director booked me for this project because they wanted me to be a part of it. Like, dude, fucking get your lazy ass off the couch or like, you know, the computer seat and fucking record this shit. Because why, if you're not, why the fuck did you audition for it in the first place? Why the fuck are you gonna waste time for these people who thought that you wanted to be a part of this when really you just like wanted it just as something that you can add on your fucking list of accomplishments, or something that you can feel proud about or boast or brag to your friends? Like, dude, like what the fuck? That's clearly not like the right reasons for having done that or for doing that, you know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, I don't want to do that to anyone. No, man, these people work so hard into like writing and putting together their projects, whether they're like an individual or they have like a small team, regardless of the size. I was like, nah, this is not right. They don't deserve that. They 100% do not deserve that. And I don't deserve to I shouldn't do that to myself. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not having fun in the process, then what makes me think that by just doing it over and over again, that all of a sudden I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get struck by like an arrow of motivation, be like, oh, hold on, project number 51. Oh shit, things are different now. I love it. I'm all about it. Yas. It's like, dude, how fucking delusional are you? Like, nah. So yeah, I stopped recording for stuff. I stopped auditioning for stuff, and the few projects that I was still a part of, you know, like I was lagging on it. lagging on submitting my shit. And it's just not right. It's just not right. So yeah, like currently I'm still a part of 2 projects. But yeah, like like 2020, this pandemic, I know that's affected a lot of people in various ways. And so the fact that like there's a gap in between when I'm working on something and when I'm not, I quite frankly don't give 2 shits about that, because I've been so just more recently just focused on like self-improvement, and like I mentioned, fixing my habits, dropping shit that was just providing me temporary like relief or happiness, but was just tearing away at my soul, because I would be having these guilty thoughts of like, how is this helping you improve your future? How is this helping you become a better human being? More importantly, how is this helping you become the person you want to be in the future? Like, having these questions like, Sam, why do you keep on fantasizing about the person you want to be, as if like that's so far away, that's so unattainable, that instead all you can really do is get high and just fucking think about it instead of fucking doing something? Whether that's the right thing or the wrong thing didn't fucking matter. Just doing something at all, and I know I'm getting like a little heated, but a little emotionally intense. I'm trying to keep this video very lighthearted, because I do feel so much better about myself, and it's an ongoing process. You know what I mean? It's not like, all right, I'm on top of the world now, but I'm slowly chipping away, and instead of fantasizing about the person I want to be, like I'm now finally fucking 31 years old, taking the steps to try to be that person that I want to be, that I know that I can be, that I know that I want to be. And yeah, so the fact that like there have been gaps in time between like projects that I've been working on, I've taken that very gracefully as an opportunity to be like, okay, all right, well then work on yourself right now. You know what I mean? So if and when it comes back to helping out these people who have given you a chance to work with them, that you'll be in a better mindset to approach it from a mentality of first, like not like, oh, this is like feeling like a job. Instead of focusing on the end result, just making sure that the process for me, specifically like for voiceover, like recording for it, like reading the script, recording for it, editing it, like that I enjoy the process 100% honestly, legitimately. And if I don't, either reach out to them and let them know that, my heart's not in it. And if not that, analyzing, asking myself these questions like, oh, okay, hold on. Well, if you're not having fun with it, or it's starting to feel like just like you're going through the motions, how can I make this more fun? Because I very much still appreciate and love watching great performances and listening to great performances in video games or in animated shows or on movies. There's a part of me that when I'm watching someone like, dude, like when I was watching Joaquin Phoenix and Joker, which like I'm so thankful I was able to get like the Steelbook for, just sitting in that theater, you know what I mean? Like I was on the point of tears for like a handful of times, like emotional bitch. Not because of like what I was watching was like, like heartbreaking or anything like that. It wasn't like anything related to like what was actually going on in the story of the movie. But yeah, like in Joaquin Phoenix, even like that very first scene when he's just applying makeup, like that clown makeup, I was just so captivated by his performance. And like, you know what I mean? Like there's that feeling in me. I was like, man, he's really fucking good. I love watching this. Like this, like the suspension of disbelief, like boom, dropped in immediately. I'm in this world. I believe him. He is this person. I'm not watching Joaquin Phoenix playing, Joker or, what was it? to Arthur Fleck, you know. It just wasn't even really thinking about like, oh yeah, these are actors just playing pretend, you know. I was just so immediately like, just, you know what I mean, just entranced, just so focused in on the performance that like I know there's a part of me that wants to do that in some way, shape, or form, whether that continues to be like voiceover or if I try to do stuff for theater, even though it's a pandemic. So I don't know how people are even doing that, because I don't think shows are still going on. And if they are, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if like they're outdoor shows, you know, like outdoor plays and stuff like that. Point being, I know there's a part of me that's like that wants to perform in some way, shape, or form. I'm still trying to figure out like what that is going to be, but the only way I'm going to figure out is to try different stuff. So yeah, that's definitely something that still needs to be explored by me. And yeah, and if it ends up not being voiceover, then all right, well then so be it. For a little bit, I felt like a sense of shame that like I couldn't tell you guys that, because it's like, dude, I just dropped streaming and everything that I worked up for to try to do this, and I'm already moving on to something else. Like, dude, first of all, I was like, wow, way to fucking try just a little bit, Sam, and then give up. But when I look at that now, it's just like, no, because if you're being 100% honest with yourself and your heart is like not in it and you don't want to do it as a career, okay, that's fine. Take note of that. Realize that the time that you put in is maybe not as long as like you thought you were going to be doing in this industry, in this endeavor, in this hobby, and then find out what it is you're willing to work towards, that you're willing to work tirelessly for, that you're willing to put your blood, sweat, and fucking tears into, not because you have to, not because like you feel any obligation or fulfill any expectation to anyone else except yourself. Or for me, find what that thing is, because I definitely need to have that, because like I don't give two shits about my job. Sure, like I give a fuck enough to do a good job at it, because it's like I have this job and I want to make sure that my employer knows that like I'm grateful for that and that I'm willing to work hard to, you know, make the money that I make. But creatively, nah, that's definitely not something that fulfills me, that fulfills like that part of me. And yeah, it's definitely performance related, or something along those lines, because yeah, like whenever I watch great performances, like there's, oh man, like that thought instantly comes back so many times, like I want to be doing that. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could do that? But further than that, I think it's important to, if I have those thoughts of like, oh man, it'd be really cool if I could do that, to immediately follow up with, well, are you willing to put in the work to even have the chance of maybe being able to do that on the level that these people are doing it? And if the answer is no, then it's like, okay, well then don't try to fool yourself by by going through the motions, by doing the things that you quote unquote think that you have to do, you know, to feel like this, to go off like this checklist, be like, oh, if I do all these things off this checklist, then eventually like I'll get it, you know? Nah, like my heart has to be in it like 100%, especially for something that I'm just doing on the side, like creatively, you know? Because if it's not, then it's like I'm not gonna waste any more of my time. Cause yeah, who knows how long I'm gonna be here, and like because like I genuinely don't know, especially in this pandemic, like who the fuck knows? I'm done wasting any time that is just not going to get me to where like I want to be. And yeah, I'm just tired of bullshitting myself. I mean, just there you go. That's like a straightforward way to put it, because I've been just babbling for so long. Yeah, I'm just done bullshitting to myself, or just trying to like impress other people, or to try to fulfill some expectations they have of me because I said something like I'm gonna do voiceover. So it's like, okay, well then I gotta keep doing it. It's like, dude, Sam, this is your own fucking life. Take control of it. Your friends just want to see you happy doing whatever it is that makes you happy. They're not gonna fucking hold you to that like, nah, bitch. You said you're gonna do voiceover? You want to do something else? Nah. Put the chain back on, set up the microphone, get in your little booth, and record, bitch. It's like, that sounds like so silly when I think of that, but like, yeah, no, I for the longest time, ever since like I stopped, you know what I mean? A good chunk of like 2019, I was just feeling shame, embarrassment, like I let people down, let my peers down, let my family down, let my IRL friends down. Hold on. My mom's calling me, but I'm kind of busy right now, so I'll call her back. I really don't want to interrupt the flow of this. But yeah, no, it's just I'm so done with that. So done with wasting the time. Because yeah, I just shifting my priorities and just focusing on the person I want to be, and the person that I want to be moving forward is someone that, and this will be good news for, and I mean, we're 46 minutes into this video, so if you're still here, thanks for still being here. We're almost approaching an hour, and I feel like I haven't really said a whole lot. I've just rambled a bunch, but you know what I mean? That's Sam for you. That part of me hasn't really changed. That part of me that just fucking rambles on like a goddamn buffoon, talking about a million different things instead of staying focused. Yeah, that hasn't really changed. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, the part of me that I see myself wanting to be moving forward is someone that streams, but, big old but, someone that streams when I want to, meaning I'm not going to be on a schedule. I'm not going to try to pigeonhole not even pigeonhole, like that's not the right word for it. Point is, I don't want to repeat the same mistakes that I did last time that led me to my burnout or my breaks. You know, I don't want to make those same mistakes again, because yeah, I don't know. It's just either putting pressure on myself or anything. It just put me in a bad mentality for me personally. Once again, not speaking on anyone else. I see some of my friends who are partnered now, and they're fucking making those dreams happen. And goddamn, if you're watching this video and you know, I mean, this applies to you. You keep fucking doing what you're doing because it's working, and I'm cheering you on, and I'm so goddamn proud of you. So fucking proud of you. But yeah, no, for me, it's just, I'm not going to approach it as something I could potentially do as a career. It's strictly going to be moving forward whenever I feel like it. 100%. Whenever I feel like it. And when I say that, I know I kind of sound like a selfish little prick, but like I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, if I'm not in it, or if I'm not feeling like it, I'm not going to flip on the camera just to flip on the camera, because although like I do enjoy entertaining people, no, I'm not going to try to bullshit myself or try to hide behind something or a bad day if I'm just not 100% feeling it. But yeah, no, with that being said, I do plan on streaming again. I don't know how soon that's going to be, but yeah, I would love to, you know what I mean? Even if it's just like once a week, flip on a stream, whether it's just me talking to you guys for a little bit, like even if like I don't play a game or I do play something for like a little bit, dude, I think that would be great. So my mom's calling me again, so I'll just edit this section, okay? I'll just remember like a timestamp, like 49 minutes. Hold on. Okay, we're at an hour in. Okay, all right, so I'll make sure to cut out that empty space. But yeah, let me see. I'll try to get back to where we were. But yeah, so yeah, I would like to start streaming again, you know, coming back again. But yeah, not being on a strict schedule and just streaming whenever I feel like it and just doing it purely for fun. Not out of any like hopes, or trying to do it to reach anything. I don't know. I'm just done playing the numbers game, quite frankly. And even though I told myself and always try to keep that at the forefront of like when I was streaming before I left, there was that part of me that's just like, no, like that'd be really cool though. Like if I could do this as a career, so like let's just keep grinding it out. You know what I mean? Let's just keep doing it, and yeah, I'll just keep on trying to hit these milestones to potentially maybe be able to do it. But yeah, no, I was shooting myself in the foot. I was just burning myself out mentally, and just it wasn't good. And like now, even though I'm not like really doing much in terms of like voiceover, and I'm still just working like my regular 8 to 5 job, I'm feeling much better about myself. Started working out again, started going running again, did long distance running in middle school, like was really into that, and I just fell off of that entirely. I'm reading again. I started actually reading the first Witcher book after I watched season 1 of the Netflix series, which like I enjoyed overall for the most part. So yeah, like reading a little bit of that, but more so getting back into but reading like some self-help books, just giving me some perspective on my own life and analyzing my habits and whether they're actually productive for me. Just trying to spend the limited time that I do have every day after work more wisely, and on more things that are gonna help me be the person that like I want to be, that I know that I can be, instead of just fantasizing about it and being like, oh, like that'd be cool if like you could be that. It's like, no, like I can and I will and I am, little by little, step by step, and to see little improvements week to week as like the months have like progressed. It's been really I don't know, it's been fuel for my fire, for lack of a better phrase. Like it's been really enlightening for me. I'm like, see, Sam, like you can do this, just keep on doing it, you know what I mean? And of course I'm doing these things because like they're rewarding or they're fulfilling for me as a person, not out of any obligation or requirement or any need that I feel to meet up to someone's standards. It's like, nah, like this is purely just for me, and me wanting to stream again just as a hobby, just for fun, just to hang out like with you guys and talk to you, is like it's for me, and I know that's kind of like sounds selfish. Like, of course, like I want to talk to you guys again, you know what I mean? I want to share some laughs again, I want to just, laugh at myself while you guys are also like hopefully laughing with me and not at me, okay? You rude ass motherfuckers, at my terrible ass aim. Know what I mean? Like Mr. Potato Kim is very real, but laugh with me, not at me. I'm just kidding. Like, either way, I don't give a fuck, yo, dude. If you're watching me, that's already enough to be thankful about, the time commitment. Because yeah, I've definitely come to value that a lot more recently than before. Time is so valuable, and it's just tired of making an excuse like, oh, I don't have time. It's like, nah, dude. Time. It's not that like I don't have time. That's such a lazy excuse that I've fallen on. I just actively haven't made the time for it because it's not high enough on my priority list or any number of reasons. So it's like, okay, all right, well then if it is important to me, then I'm going to make the time for it, and I'm going to stop shit or cut out extraneous shit that is either not helpful to me as improving as a person, or it's just, you know what I mean? I don't need it. It's like, okay, just shaving off some time here and there to work on stuff that is improving my life, that I do want to work towards, being a reader again, working out again, being active again, spending more time with my family again. And yeah, just being who I want to be, who I know that I can be, and changing it from a fantasy to a reality. But yeah, that's essentially the gist of it. If I have any more to add on, I'll edit it and add it in post. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've already rambled for like an hour or so, and I do have one of my friends to catch up with, who I promised I would talk to like right now, because he has other stuff to do. But hey, if you're still here, if you've watched any bit of this, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this. I hope it's made some form of sense. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'll go into more detail like whenever like, you know, I do stream and, you know, we kind of touch base on like what's been going on and stuff. I'm sure I'll elaborate more on that. But yeah, no, that's essentially what I've been up to. Not a whole lot. I was just kind of in veg mode for a bit, just disconnected from everything and not really improving on myself. But the past like 6 months to a year, I really want to say like the past like 6 months, I've been really just actively just changing the person that I was, that I have been, and working towards the person that I want to be now. And I'm feeling so much more confident in myself, in my abilities, and prioritizing the fucks that I give and not fucking giving everyone a bit of my mental how do I phrase this? Actively choosing the fucks that I give and not giving a fucks for the stuff that doesn't matter and the people that like don't matter, because it's just mentally draining on me and it wasn't helping me get to where I want to be. Prioritizing my fucks and always realizing that I have a choice in how I interpret things and not letting things disturb my tranquility and not letting it get to who I am or affect me negatively, like as a character, as a person, as a human being. And just really trying to find what makes me happy, what's fulfilling for me, what makes me, go to sleep at night like peaceful and be like, yeah, no, like that was a productive day. Like, fuck yeah, like that was awesome. Good job, Sam. Like, I'm proud of you for whatever it is that you did today. Let's keep going at it because, yeah, this feels right. And this is right for me personally, and streaming needs to, or not needs to, but I want that to be back in my life for various reasons. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted on Twitter, of course, whenever I decide to choose a date. I'm not sure exactly when that will be, but it's something that I want to do again. And yeah, I look forward to whenever that stream is. And yeah, thanks again for your time, for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And for those of you guys that are still following me on Twitter, even though this is like the first post that I'm going to make in like 2 years about, I really do appreciate all the messages that you guys have sent me. Even if you never even sent me a message, if you thought about me, thank you for even thinking about me. That really does mean a lot. And I've been thinking about you guys a whole lot. And yeah, I hope to either see you guys soon or, you know what I mean, like virtually, like on Twitch. Like, I hope to talk to you soon. I look forward to just picking up where we left off and, approaching things differently, for fun, and hoping that that'll make the entire experience for everyone that does choose to watch that much better, because you guys deserve that as my friends, and I want to give that to you guys. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. You guys are awesome. Thank you again for everything. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you.